Sister Simone Campbell, would you come forward? Simone Campbell is the Network Executive Director. She has served as Executive Director of Network, a National Catholic social justice lobby, since 2004. Sister Simone is a religious leader, attorney, and a poet with extensive experience in public policy and advocacy for systemic change. She focuses her advocacy efforts on issues of peace building, immigration reform, healthcare, and economic justice. Welcome, Sister Simone Campbell.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, committee. I am the executive director of Network, but I also gained some notoriety as being the leader of our campaign Nuns on the Bus, making mischief in our nation. And I just want to acknowledge that you have hard work ahead of you. While we have made progress on many policy fronts, there remains much to be done. This needed work is evidenced by Speaker Ryan, who yesterday released his plan to address poverty in our nation. He totally misses the mark by failing to acknowledge the programs that are working, and further compounds the problem by cobbling together a series of failed policies that, if implemented, will only exacerbate the divides. We need to set a different course. While it is tempting to make the Democratic platform a laundry list of your favorite policies, and I'm more than happy to add our 7 policy proposals to that list, to mend the gap in our societies, I urge you to not do platform business as usual. Please spend more time on the bigger picture. Understand what is happening in our nation. See the anger that is tearing our nation apart. Take in the toxicity of racism that is creating a chasm where Amy, an African-American mother in St. Louis's group called Mothers to Mothers, speaks candidly about her fear that her 2 young sons will not grow up because of the violence that is rampant in our streets. Take in the toxicity of white privilege that has at its core the wrongful notion that whites are better and can triumph in individual isolation. Take in the fact that this unpatriotic lie of individualism is generating anger, fear, division, and tearing holes in the very fabric of our society. You have the daunting task of taking in the fact that Robin, who lives in Northern Virginia and works full-time in a profitable clothing store chain, only earns federal minimum wage. She told me that I would never know by looking at her that she has to live in a homeless shelter because she can't afford rent in our region on her $7.25 an hour. Take in the fact that Jason, a multi-million-dollar entrepreneur in San Diego, told me that he worries that his tax dollars are going to fund his competitors. Jason says he pays all of his employees a living wage, but his competitors don't. Jason's competitors have their employees use the social safety net, thus reducing their personnel costs. Jason believes he is doing the right thing by paying a living wage, but he knows his competitors can often underbid him for contracts. This makes the social safety net not just about struggling families who have fallen on hard times, but also about a business subsidy that neither business nor Speaker Ryan want to acknowledge. Take in the fact that 16-year-old Catherine, a DACA teen in Kansas City, is the principal caretaker of her 4 siblings, because when her parents went to pay a traffic ticket, they ended up being deported because they did not have current visas, even though they had both worked full-time in the United States for more than 10 years and have 3 U.S. citizen children. But also take in the additional fact that Stephanie, Catherine's 12-year-old sister, in her own anguished effort to help, attempted suicide. Luckily, she was unsuccessful. But in your work on this important platform drafting committee, take in her anguish. I urge you, let your hearts be broken open by the stories that you will hear. Find a way forward to reweave the fabric of our society. This is not a time for business as usual. I know that when your hearts are broken open to our people, that there is room for everyone. Everyone needs to be included in our care, and no one can be left out. Now, I do this work because of my Catholic faith, which, in our amazing pluralistic society, is not shared by all of you. I know that. But what I do know is that where we all meet is in the Constitution. The preamble sets forth the best of who we are, and I urge you to use it. Let your hearts be broken open by the stories of our people and create not a laundry list of policies, but a vision for our nation. Create a vision for Amy and her sons, Robin, Jason, Catherine, and Stephanie. Create a vision for those who are fearful and angry and may identify with another party. I urge you to use this daunting moment to help reweave the fabric of our society and create a platform that is a vision for the 100%, where, as your sign says, we the people can form a more perfect union.